So I'm here. I'm going to tell you a story about how I found this. I'm just kind of walking around. All of a sudden, I come across a cafe, and I was like, no, not that cafe. Now I'm going to keep walking. And I really debated, but I decided to keep walking. When I walked around the corner, after like deciding not to go to that one, I see Ikea. And like, there's only one Ikea in all of the center of Paris. And the other like really large Ikea is like outside of Paris. And when I was here with my mom this last time, not this time, like 2 years ago, whenever I moved here for the summer, my mom came with me for a couple weeks, and I think it was going on to like another country, and she was here for like one more day, and she took back something to Ikea for me because I hadn't used it, and so she was just taking it back. She's doing me a favor. After she did that, she had lunch, she said, by herself at this random little cafe by Ikea, and it was like her favorite place. She's told me about this place so many times because it was just like the pinnacle of everything. It was like the most perfect meal, the great food, and it was just like a perfect like moment for her. She really loved this little cafe. And so this time when she was with me, we tried to come here. Our schedule just didn't make it happen. We were only here for like a couple days before I left to Italy and she went back to the US. So like we were so bummed that we didn't get to go together to like find this little cafe that she went to this one time again, because she seriously told me about it like, I don't know, so many times since, just like that it was a great memory for her and that she like loved it. So the fact that I randomly walked to Ikea, like almost in a straight line to Ikea, is crazy. So obviously I FaceTimed her and I was like, oh my God, Mom, you'll never guess like what I just did. Like that's good. I'm at Ikea. And she's like, no way. Anyways, so she told me where it is, and it's this little cafe, the Mademoiselle is what it's called, and I had the best dinner. Like it was just so good, like good food, like well cooked, really good food. So here's their menu, as you can see. Mademoiselle, the cocktails and all the drinks, and this is what I get here. It is so good. It's a really traditional French dish, apparently, bavette. And the right here, chocolat, the dessert is just like amazing. So yeah, I can't wait to show you whenever it comes. I also have a charging station. How great is that? And it charges your phone. Like what? It's amazing. So here's Ikea, as you can see. And here is Mademoiselle. Mademoiselle is the little cafe that she found, and look how perfect it is. It's just on the corner. So here's a photo of the food because I completely forgot to film it. But I did take a photo. It's probably one of my top like 5 favorite meals. It's so good, even the second time around, like just such a good meal. Now we are going to the garden. I forget what it's called in French, but it's like the main garden in the center of Paris with the museum. And I can't believe I've never gone, and all the times I've been to Paris I've never been here, so we're gonna go there now. There it is, and look, there's the Eiffel Tower. Oh, so fun. Here's the name that I always forget how to say. I think this is the way in. I say we do the Ferris wheel. How much fun that is. See all of Paris. Wow, that was so much fun. It's 12 euros for 3 revolutions, 3 circles, and I probably would have doubled it because it seemed quite short, and you're kind of like limited to when someone's getting off or on, unlike when you actually pause on the Ferris wheel. But it was so pretty. Highly recommend if you've never done it. Okay, we just got out of our taxi, which is right there. There is the Eiffel Tower right here. is the footbridge over to the Eiffel Tower. And the actual Lovelock Bridge from like a long time ago that's really famous actually got taken down because the locks were too heavy for the bridge. This is kind of the new one that everyone has like decided to pick themselves. And it's really fun because there's like the perfect view of the Eiffel Tower from it. And anyways, 3 years ago, we did a actual lock with our initials, but instead of it doing like a regular key lock, we did it's like for homes, whenever you put like there it has a little pocket of something and then you can open it with a code, and you usually leave keys inside for like to get into the house. Put it in like a really special place on the bridge. I've been to Paris since and looked for it and it was there. So this is almost 3 years later. Okay, let's go see it. So here is the bridge. There's the locks. They're blocking people from doing something, which is kind of interesting. But hopefully they'll let us see our lock. Oh my god, we found it! It's there! We were so worried that they took it off, but it's right there! Oh my gosh, how much fun! They tried to rip it off. Wow, someone tried to get into it. That's so crazy. Oh my god. This is a lime moped. I have never seen this in my whole life. So I just unlocked it, and then it tells you to push this little button, and there are 2 helmets in the back. How much fun is that? Like, shut up. You could just moped around Paris if you wanted to. Shut up. Oh my god. This is the best thing we've ever done ever. This is so much fun. Oh my god, so we just parked this thing, but I have a horror story to tell you. It was quite fun. We only went around the block because it is quite scary, but whenever I parked it like a little jagged. And of course I put my hat and my bag, my Birkin, in the back while we were driving it, right? And so when I kind of like moved it, instead of it just being closed, like it fully closed and locked, and then it ended the whole ride. And I was like, oh my god, our helmets are still outside and my purse is in there. So then I went to just like buy the ride again just so it would like work, right? Like it would like do the thing. And then it said like it had low battery and it wouldn't open, and like sorry for the inconvenience. And then nothing else. Like we tried everything. We tried the internet, everything, and I just keep like scanning it to try to make it work. And after like 10 minutes it finally opens. Like it finally lets me rent it and like buy it again to like open it. Oh my god, that would have been so bad. That was like the worst thing. Oh my god, that was rough. Who knew mopeds could be fun? Also, good to know that you can do that it's like anytime that it says that it's low battery, like sometimes someone has just ended it and it needs to like recharge itself or whatever, and you can rent it in like 10 minutes. If there's one like really far, maybe just like wait 10 minutes and try again, and maybe you'll be able to do it. You know, now we know. Next time we're in Paris and we want to ride a moped, done and done. Maybe we do this next because that's a little more PG, you know? Got ourselves some scooters. We just happened upon this bridge and we were like, oh my gosh, this is the best view. It'd be so cool if it sparkled at 10. It's so pretty. Okay, so as usual, I've done a terrible job at explaining what we've done so far. So you saw us scootering through Paris, and it was so much fun. We literally just found scooters. They were like, let's scoot around. Like, that'll be fun. We'll see more stuff. And then we were just like getting lost. Like, we'll like get lost as like far as we can and just like pick a random cafe and like have dessert and have lunch or dinner. And so, well, we had dinner earlier, I should say, before the scooters. And then we were like, all right, we have to find like a random place to get dessert. Anyways, so we like just turned whatever way we haven't been before. We ended up in this cutest little cafe here. It has like a tree inside, as you can see right here. such good desserts. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. And we were laughing because this whole time, every time we try to get lost, we end up in a place that we've already been. And it's been like a theme throughout this whole time. Like I tried to get lost by myself the other day and I ended up in a shopping center that I've been like many times before. And then at a place that my mom has always told me that she really wants me to go eat with her. And we didn't get a chance to do it. So you've heard that story probably already. And anyways, we were laughing because we're like, all right, finally we'll like be somewhere that like we've never gone before. And then we see this in the corner right here is La Durée. We went to La Durée because it's like very famous Parisian patisserie, and it's like, you know, like you go there for like, I don't know, like macarons and like it's like a famous place that you go and like get stuff. So we were only here for like 4 days last time, and that was like the first agenda because I really wanted to go there and have like breakfast. So we did that, and I was like, man, that was such a random La Durée that we went to because I literally just like marked it like the closest one to our hotel. It was like super random, and we were laughing because we were like, wow, I randomly sat here, right? And I was like, wow, that's crazy. I think that's La Durée, no way. And we like looked on my maps, and I happened to heart it from like 4 years ago when we came here last time, which means we've been here before. Like, how funny is that? All of Paris, we could literally drive anywhere. We end up again the same place we've already been, which is it's so funny. Like, how does that happen? Like 7 times now or something. That's crazy. Here is the cute little cafe that we were at. It is called that sign right there. It was completely full earlier, so it must be famous for some reason because, I mean, every table was taken earlier. Here we are once again, but this time we're on a bike. Okay, cool bike idea. It was really cute until you actually have to ride a bike. Okay, round 2. Note to self. Gucci loafers, not the most ideal bike situation. Just kidding, that bike is really hard to ride and like kind of annoying, but we got a scooter and scooters are the best. Now we take on Ferris, also go home. On our way to Café Mademoiselle, which is the cafe next to the Louvre. This is where we're eating, and that is the view. How beautiful is this? Just sat down at Café Mademoiselle. As you can see, the menu looks phenomenal. The view is just amazing. Look at the inside ceilings. It's just gorgeous. Highly, highly recommend. This is probably one of the best places we've eaten so far, actually. As far as view and ambiance and menu, the menu looks good. Nothing is like too weird or like there's plenty of options that are like safe, if that makes sense. And you can also, I think, sit out there during the day right here and like eat right there. It's absolutely beautiful. Such a great time to come as well.